Hello everyone, and welcome to the Nifty Nugget drive-thru, where every episode we sit down with project founders and get to know the ins and outs of what they're building, as well as learn a little bit about themselves. From the latest, most hyped projects to well-known established names in the NFT space. This week, we are talking to Gundy, founder of the Squids, a game inspired by the Netflix show Squid Games, where owning one of 1,000 NFTs gives you access to participate in their tournaments. If you enjoy these AMAs and you want to experience them firsthand and be part of our exclusive Nug Club, please make sure to grab yourself a Nifty Nugget on the Immutable X Marketplace. And if you don't want to miss any of our awesome AMAs in the future, please hit that subscribe button, like this video, follow us on Twitter at NuggetsNifty, and you can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Thanks.
Nuggets is like my family.
Hey Nugs, welcome to another awesome AMA here. Today we are bringing you the Squids AMA hosted by Nifty Nuggets. We have Gundy from the Squids. Gundy, are you one of the founders or the founder?
Yeah, I'm the founder, and then I have a team of devs, artists, but I'm the founder.
Nice. Gundy, the way I like to start these off, if you could tell me a little bit about yourself, like your background, how you come into the NFT space, like if you've had a bit of investing and or trading experience in the space, or has it just been researching, and then like lead us into how you come to create the Squids.
For sure. So I started in the crypto industry in 2016, right before the crash. I didn't really spend much time in the crypto space. I mostly went into the sneaker reselling industry right after that. So like from 2018, I would say, to 2020, I was mostly a sneaker reseller. So it's kind of a different industry, even though it's similar in a way, because there's what we call cook groups over there. It's basically like groups where you share information about reselling, alpha calls or stuff like that. So I used to own a cook group called Terminator Cooks. I also have a virtual server company called Kraken Servers, which I still own. And like I would say about 8 or 10 months ago, I jumped into NFTs because I love the concept. You know, I love crypto and art in general, because that's really something that I love. And bringing those two together it's awesome. So I firstly traded, I would say, like some stuff, but I'm not really a trader. I mean, that, you know, I like to do that, but I'm mostly someone who likes to build things. So I quickly started, you know, to gather up some ideas about what I could do in this sphere, something original that nobody else did before. So about 6 months ago, I decided to make my own project, and that's how I started the Squids. Yeah.
Nice. So 6 months ago, you decided you want to make your own project. You know what? Before I go there, are you yourself a sneakerhead?
I wouldn't call myself like that, but I guess, yeah. I guess, you know, I know like so much stuff about sneakers, so yeah, I guess I'm a sneakerhead.
I don't know nothing about it, and I feel like it's probably something that I would have loved to get into, so maybe I'll get into it now. I kind of feel like I'm so far behind.
I would say now the market about the sneaker industry is kind of shitty, to be honest. Like I jumped off. I mean, I'm still, you know, like looking at it from the outside, but right now people are struggling like to sell shoes, to buy shoes, and like there's so many people, so many bots, proxies and stuff that it's really hard to get into now. Like it would have been good maybe like a year ago or 2 years ago, but I mean, if you still want to do it, then you know, you can always try.
No, I don't mean reselling though. I mean like get into it for fashion.
For fashion, yeah. If you want to do it for fashion, then yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. So I've noticed that a lot of the sneaker resellers, or I'll call them sneaker flippers, have come into NFTs.
That's true.
Can you share with us a little bit about how you may think that came about? Like, did one come and told everybody else, listen, it's a gold mine over here, come? Like, how did that happen?
How did that happen? That's a good. I think, to be honest, because like I said, we have cook groups, and we always cook groups are basically like a group where you try to make money from everything, not only sneakers. I mean, sneakers is like the base, the foundation of the cook group, but then you try to make money off, I don't know, Funko Pops, tickets, like to go to events, like the Super Bowl or stuff like that. There's a bunch of stuff, and then crypto as well. Like some people, trading cryptos, altcoins, shitcoins, or options as well. And then NFT came, and that was the next step, I guess, for people to resell. So that's how the whole sneaker industry came into NFTs.
All right, 2 questions. Are these groups? What platform are they using? Is it Telegram, Discord?
Yeah, that's why a lot of people are from there. It's because it's Discord. We were before the NFTs in Discord.
It's seamless.
That's why it's easy to just jump off NFTs, because we already know all this stuff. Like the bots, it's all on PC, on computer. You're up all day trying to make money, So that's why I think a lot of people like NFTs and came into the NFT space from the sneaker industry. Like I have a meme about me, like someone made a meme about me.
Sure. So right above, you have it right above the Squids AMA stage. You're gonna see the Squids AMA chat. In that channel, you can share like any links, any materials that you want to share. Obviously, no scammy links. That's a joke. Don't take that seriously. I know you wouldn't do that. Yeah. But yeah, anything you want to share, feel free. But let me ask you this. So now that sneaker flippers have come into the NFT space, are you noticing that these is it cook like cooking food?
That's like a term, yeah. It's like cooking food, but it's not food.
Okay.
It's sneakers, it's like a sneakerhead term, I guess. Cook groups. Okay. Like you don't.
I know what
food,
it is.
You're cooking sneakers, yeah.
Yeah, it comes from probably from the popular culture of like the lab and cooking up in the lab.
Yeah, exactly. I think it comes from that.
I get it. Mm-hmm. Now, so in these groups, if you're still in them, what have you noticed? Is it like most people have now gone into NFTs? Are they full time and they're not even talking about sneakers anymore? These cook groups are basically just talking about NFTs now?
I would say a big percentage of it, yeah. Because like I said, the sneaker industry is kind of dead right now. It's really hard to make money out of sneakers. Like it's mostly bricks. I don't know if you know that term as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like people are. It's really hard, so it's much easier for people to just trade NFTs at the comfort on your couch in pajamas,
I have noticed that the sneaker resellers that are in the NFT space have an advantage over the average NFT trader. I've noticed that you guys are way more proficient. You're better traders. You know how to use the bots already. Like this game is a lot more simpler to you guys than your average NFT trader.
I think that's true. Yeah.
So I have noticed that when I know that someone's a sneaker reseller, I listen to what they do. There's definitely always from the sneaker resellers a lot of talk about bots. I think a lot of them actually use bots in here, which definitely helps. I believe Kosher was a sneaker reseller, and there's a couple others in there, but he's probably the most notable that I know. Okay, so let's get to it. So 6 months ago, you've already been in the space for a bit, and you decide, hey, I'm more of a builder. I want to create my own project. So how does the idea of the Squids come about?
So the name, not the idea, just the name. It comes from 2 things. first off, my virtual server company, it's called Kraken Servers. So, I'm into like this kind of Kraken Squids kind of thingy. So that's one part. And the second part, it comes from, I think most people already know, the Squid Game.
I am not, I don't, hopefully I don't disappoint you, but I didn't see the movie. I'm not aware of what's this whole story. No, I'm under a rock somewhere.
Well, it's fine. It's more about the idea. So like that's the name, and then the second part, the whole idea about the project. It's making games. So like how the tournaments are going to be played, it's similar to the movie. I mean, to the show, the Squid Games.
Okay. So that burst the idea of the Squids, and what do you come up with? Like, what is that idea for that NFT?
Okay, so basically, there's going to be tournaments on our website. Right, let me show you a link of the website because it's pretty well done. I think people like it if they didn't see it yet. So they will be able to enter when clicking on enter, actually, a tournament section, and in those tournaments, they will be able to play games. The first one is going to have 15 games in total. And they will play stages and have choices between 3 games on each stages. So they can choose between 3 games and play one. So that's five games in total that they will play in those tournaments. Awesome.
Now, what are these games? Can you share a little bit about them?
Yep, of course. It's actually on my Twitter, but I have the video with me. Because like I've been teasing people for a long time about like what kind of games that we're gonna play.
Okay.
And, now that they saw the video, a lot of people are FOMO. A lot. Wait. There you go. I can see the video.
Ooh. Does this have sound?
Yeah.
All right. I can't play it while we're talking. Okay. Now it's a tournament that represents whatever this theme is with Squid Games, correct? And you create the NFT that's giving utility for people to enter the game?
Yep, exactly. So you only are able to play the games and the tournaments if you hold an NFT. And there's only 1,000 of them. The first tournament will have 500 players, so half of the NFTs will be able to play for the first tournament. So that's part of the utility. And then there's a token economics behind the whole tournament. So in order to enter the tournament, you not only have to hold an NFT, but you also have to pay a fee. And this fee is used for the prize pool. Because at the end of the tournament, the winner will have the prize pool.
Yeah, what are they paying that in?
So it's in our token, DNA token. Like we're actually making 2 tokens. One is called ACGT, and another one is called DNA.
Okay.
And they're gonna be paying a fee of 100 ACGT token to enter the tournaments.
Okay. Now, why 2 tokens?
Okay, so there's a good reasoning behind it, but actually, like, so we are now. There's another member in the team who just joined. He's the one who made the tokens for Habibi's, Gojira, I believe, and other big groups. And we talked about the 2 tokens, and it might be better to just make one. But the reasoning behind the 2 tokens are that the first token, the ACGT token, is a stablecoin, basically. So that ensure that the prize pool will stay stable throughout the whole tournament, which lasts 10 days in total. So that's the first token where people have to pay a fee. And then the second one is used in the games. So if the people, for example, they they played once, they have a score, but they wanna get a better score. They have to buy lives with it, and that's where the second tokens play a role. This token is not a stable coin; it's something that fluctuates. So as more people buy in, more people play the games, the price of it will increase, because the token is not it's a fixed quantity.
So it's deflationary in essence.
Yep, exactly. It's deflationary. Yep.
Okay, so you haven't decided if you're going with two. So basically, two tentative right now could be just one token later on.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. It's more about the fees, because it's the main problem with every project. How can we make a token and have as less fees as possible, as less gas as possible? So it might be better to just make one. It's still in talk. If we only make one, it's going to be the DNA token, which will be against the Ethereum.
Yeah, I agree. You want to give the most utility that you possibly can to your token so that it could have buy pressure, not just sell pressure.
Most of it will be buy pressure, because you don't, like most projects, I believe, you can get tokens just by holding your NFTs or staking. And our project, you don't get tokens by staking or holding your NFT. You have to enter the tournaments. And another thing by getting those tokens is to watch the gameplays of the players. Because one of the, I would say, the biggest thing in the whole gaming industry and NFTs in general is security. And, if there's a game, there's a cheater, right? So people will be able to, I don't know if you ever played CSGO?
I have not, but I'm familiar with it.
Okay, so basically VAC or Steam, they have something called the VAC anti-cheat, I think. Yeah, that's the name. And people are able to watch all the players play and vote if he's cheating or not. And that's exactly what we're going to implement. People are going to be able to watch all the players play and get tokens from watching it, and then vote if the gameplay is legit or not.
So you're rewarding, is it safe to say, 3 ways: by playing the game, by playing and winning, and by watching?
Yep.
Do you necessarily have, the reason why I separated them is, do you necessarily have to win to earn tokens while you're playing?
No, you can just play and then watch other people play, and you will get tokens from it. You will actually get 20% back if you watch not all the players, but 20 gameplays in total.
How long are the games roughly? Do you know?
Well, you can see the video, but it's small games. It's like small arcade games that you play on the phone. So it's usually not that long. I would say it's 5 to 15 minutes, probably.
And where are they watching these games? Is it an app, a DApp, a platform?
It's all on our website. Like the games, they're going to be on our website.
Nice. To the community, can you guys pin any questions? I'll pin these 2 that I just saw right now for later. Okay. Retracing a little bit, you said that to enter the tournament, the first one, or the first part of the tournament, that there's only 500 that will enter of the 1,000. So then when do the other 500 get their shot? So
that's the first tournament. Just, to see if people like it, if it works properly, and basically that. But then the goal is to make more tournaments and more games. So as long as when the first tournament is going to be done, if everything is working like it's intended, then we're going to launch the second one. Why it's 500 players and not 1,000? just because like not every NFTs, not every player is gonna want to play in the first tournament, so I just cap it to 500. But later on, I plan to make it like smaller tournaments with like bigger prize pool and bigger entry fees, or 600, 200. We can make a lot of tournaments.
This sounds a bit different, but it does sound similar in some ways to what internet games did. And that was pretty successful. Not sure if, had you heard about that particular NFT and its utility in a game tournament stuff?
So some people told me about it, but then if you look up what the games were doing and the whole thing, I would say it's pretty different.
Yeah, no, you guys sound like it's a completely different mechanic. For sure. More it was just about the whole NFT with a game, and you can like basically high score. But yeah, no, for sure yours is unique in and of itself. Now tell me a little bit about, so 500 get to play now, 500 potentially for the next tournament, depending on, I'm guessing, feedback and stuff like that you get from the community.
Yeah, it's mainly, to see if the car is running, if everything's working smoothly, the prize pool is distributed, if the voting system is working properly. I mean, of course, it's going to be tested beforehand, but you can always test with like few people, not 500 at a time. So it's mainly to see if it's working good.
Cool. Now, you earlier said that the total supply is 1,000. So I'm guessing you're not doing any marketing, because we could just get the whole Nugget community. We have like 1,000 something members in our server, so we'll just mint you out. You don't even got to do any marketing. I could save you some money right now.
You wish, huh? Well, there's a lot of whitelists already in the server, and that's where the Squid Inks comes into play.
I was just trying to save you some money. That's all.
Yeah, save me some money, right?
get you nice and just focus on the game. All right. So tell me about the art.
Okay, so the art, our artist is Brazilian. His name is Zosimo.
Okay.
So he's been in the gaming industry since the past like 13 years, and so he knows he knows a lot about games. He loves old school games, like I do as well, and that's where the whole. Let me show you some NFTs, so you can have a better view of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so like this, you will understand what I mean by old games.
I see. And they're animated. I like.
Yeah, the whole collection is animated. All right, let me try to send the other ones. Connection.
Is this a legendary?
All those, yeah, those are the legendaries, but the whole collection is based off the legendaries.
And they're all animated.
Yep. There you go. So that's a few of them. So you can understand why I say all games.
Nice.
Yeah. So basically, the project I came up with first is the utility of it. Like the games and stuff. That's what I thought about it first, and then I was like, all right, well, what could go well with it? Like the kind of style that I'm looking for, and I love pixel art, so I decided to go with pixel art. And then I found Zosimo online. We shared the same ideas about pixel art, old games and stuff. So that's how we came up with those characters.
I like them. I'm guessing this is Ryu from Street Fighter, even though you're not going to name it like that. We don't want to get screwed.
Exactly.
We have Chun-Li.
He has something in it, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure this is Mega Man, correct? The first one.
Like them, yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, Mega Man was like one of my early faves.
Yeah, it's 80s, 90s stuff.
All right, but you haven't told us about the game. Are you keeping it under wraps, or can you let us know like what kind of games?
Yeah, I mean, I have the video. Okay, can you maybe like play it, but remove the sound?
I'm gonna play it. They're just gonna hear me play. We're just gonna get real, sort of professional in here. Where is it? Here it goes. I wish we were in the other chat where other people could play. Oh. I like. Yeah, you did go with some old school classics. That's dope.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, that's where the characters come from. It's old classic arcade games that some people know, or like some new ones, but it's kind of small mini games.
So is it safe to say like your characters will not be, your exact character will not be able to play in all of the games? Is that correct?
Actually, like for the first one, no. The first 15 I mentioned, they will not be in it. But then later on, when I'm able to get more devs, create more games, I'll plan to make some characters inside the games and bring the NFTs that people own inside of it.
Nice. Did you lease these games to be able to?
Actually, no. It's I bought the rights, so that's why it's kind of original. Because in this industry, people are trying to make games, take years. This industry, 1 week is like 3 months. So, like, if you say to people that you're building a game and then it takes 6 months to build, you're basically killing your project. So the idea behind mine is that I'm buying the games and I'm implementing the blockchain on it. So it's working games that people like. There's just the blockchain on it. I
like. Are you self-funded? Is this VC?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's self-funded. It's all comes from me.
Awesome. Now, I'd like to know more about the art. So I like what I'm seeing. Did you guys separate these by rarities? And can you share the trait count?
I don't have the exact number yet of the trait count because it is like 90% of the collection made. But it's about 200 approximately. And then the rarity, there's actually golden items. It's not here, but like for example, in the hair, the accessories, that's going to be golden, and that's going to be, for example, a legendary trait. And then there's a bunch of rarity about most of the items, the backgrounds, because we have a bunch of backgrounds. They all animated, obviously, of course, like the whole collection. So yeah.
So I'm guessing there's going to be one-of-ones, right?
Yep. The one you're seeing, or the one-of-ones.
Okay. What's the count on the one-of-ones?
20.
20. And then the rest is it your standard rarity, like top 10% and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's right. So like there's legendaries, epic, rare, and commons trait. There's a certain percentage of the collection in it. But it's 1,000 NFT, so even if you get the least rare one, it's all pretty good.
Now, all these classic games, they're all PvP and PvE, correct?
Actually, you're only playing with yourself.
Okay.
So you're not playing directly against other players. You're just trying to get the better score, the best score that you can get. Yep. And then on each stage, it depends. Like either, for example, 50% of the players with the lowest score will go out of the tournament, and then the remaining will go into the next stage.
Will these games be something like? Are you considering expounding on these games later so that they could have player versus player and get that added engagement from your holders?
Yeah. We are really thinking about this one. We're also thinking about the sandbox doing not only 2D games but 3D, because that's. I mean, if not the sandbox, it will be another big company, something that people will enjoy in 3D. But yeah, like the multiplayer aspect of it, that's something that we're thinking. But there's also one thing though with multiplayer is that's a bit harder to, like, people cheating in those. But yeah, that's something that we're thinking.
Nice. Will there ever only be 1,000 squids, or will you?
No. Like right now, there's only 1,000 because like we're on a bear market, and I want the project to succeed. So I just made 1,000. So I'm pretty sure most people will get it, and then we can make the games. And then later on, if there's a huge volume, the floor is really high, and then there's a lot of people trying to get in to play those games, then we can make another collection later on.
And if I heard you correctly, you said the tournament lasts, is it 10 weeks?
No, 10 days.
10 days.
Yep.
Now, are you aiming to like do one tournament a month, back to back? Like, how have you strategized that? Like, let's say the first one does go well, everyone loves it, it's a success, and they want more. How quickly do you think you would move to set up the next tournament?
Straight away, to be honest. We can even host like one tournament. Like the goal would be like one tournament a day that people can enter if they want to. But right now, we're just gonna test the first, and then right after it's done, if everything works perfectly, then we hop on the next one, and then the next one, and yeah, that's the goal. Like one a day.
Nice. So you're saying we. So I see you have a team. Can you tell us about your team, and are you and or your team doxed?
Yep. So the whole team is doxed. It's on the website actually at the bottom of it. So there's my name. There's also my artist Zozimo. There's my two devs who are from Germany. There's Jonas and Dimitri. Yeah, actually friends in real life. One of them is a game developer and blockchain developer, and the other one is a software developer and more front end, so for the website. And then there's my designer for the website, Anatoly, who is Ukrainian.
Oh man, I guess safety. I send safety out to your Ukrainian.
Yeah, it's really hard right now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Hopefully he's safe and has been able to get his task done for you and your project.
Yeah, he's safe. Just his family is not really safe. He's still in Ukraine. Like, he's not in Ukraine, but his family is. So it's still complicated for that. But he's safe.
Wow, prayers to them. Maybe the Nifty Nugget community can send out some prayers and or meditation and or whatever you do to send well wishes.
Okay, appreciate it. I will tell him.
Okay, now potentially bigger supply later, probably likely. It sounds like you're aware of the bear market that we're in. How has that impacted the project, the market that we're in now? Were you gonna do more and then decided to taper back, or just before you even decided?
So like before even doing the marketing, I was thinking about doing a 10K collection.
Okay.
But then I started, like, before the marketing, I decided to go with 1,000, because I don't need to do 10K straight off the bat. I prefer to build slowly, and then have people in my community making money with me, because if the floor is high, then it's good for me. Like, as long as people are making their money back, that's perfect, and then they are enjoying the games that I'm building. Then we plan to make more stuff later on, like loot boxes, marketplace with whitelist, this kind of stuff. But yeah, that's at first I wanted to do 10K, and then I moved to 1K. There's also people who told me, because we've been getting a lot of attention from pretty much everywhere, that I could definitely make a 2K collection, but I'd much rather do a 1K collection, have an extremely high floor, and do like another collection later on if it works really good. And as long as I'm not flooding the project, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, and I like it. I think they're right. You could get away with the 2,000, but if you are, and you strike me as that you are the type of person that likes to build value and add value to their community, then yeah, if it gets a really high floor, that's probably the smarter play, because then the second much bigger collection will sell out quickly when they see that the Genesis has a higher floor.
Exactly, yeah.
Will you call it the Genesis or
the second collection?
The first?
Oh, the first. Yeah, it's already called the Genesis collection.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is this and then I'm going to start, because I have so many questions I haven't even touched on the communities. Is this are you going to create since you're a sneaker reseller, are you going to also provide value by doing things like the standard stuff that your alpha server does? Because I know you said I think you said whitelist marketplace,
Yep.
but will you do things like that, like alpha and tools and bots that help your community do well in trading and investing in the space?
Yeah, exactly. That's something that I would love to, because like I said, I had a cool group with like 2,000 people, and that's what we used to do. Just not only sneakers but a bunch of stuff. So if I can bring more value, not only in NFTs but other stuff that people can make money, that's what I'm all about. Bringing value to the community.
Yeah, that gets them to hang out and stay, and it's easier to have fun when you can pay your bills.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I encourage that. Yeah, before I hog up all the questions, let me start asking some of the community questions. Ramon asked, I read these live, so if it's already been answered, apologies. Ramon asked, might have missed it, but will the community have a say in what future games are added to the ecosystem, and how would such a vote be implemented?
Well, since like I said, we have 15 games, but the plan is to add like more than 100 games. Sure, yeah, the community will have a say, but to be fair, like there will be so many games that I'm sure each member of the community will love, like playing at least one of them. And then on our Discord about the Squid Ink, I mean, if you wanted me to talk about it now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so basically what we're doing in order to get whitelisted on our Discord, we created kind of a token, I guess, called Squid Ink. And people are able to get it from playing games on the server, from watching movies with us. Like right now, I'm missing a movie. They're watching Conjuring.
Yeah. Now I wish I was over there. Come on, let's just put AMA over there.
Let's go over there. Yeah, watch the movie. So yeah, there's that. There's also art contests. There's even bodybuilding contests. Like right now, I was doing a powerlifting one. There's also cooking events, talent shows. There's a bunch of stuff, to be honest. And people keep adding, like I'm open to suggestions about what kind of events we can do. And if people like it, I implement it in order for people to get Squid Inks.
Nice. How much of the whitelist allocation is already allotted?
Right now it's about 800.
Okay.
But it doesn't really matter at that point because, like, people know I'm not strict. Like, if people stop talking in Discord and they're whitelisted, their spot will be removed. I don't encourage people to like grind and talk, but at least I told like whitelist, like 5 minutes every 2-3 days, some messages, to say I'm still there. Because like at the beginning of it, I was, starting the project, no followers, so I gave some whitelist away, and those people, they just got whitelisted, and then they don't talk to anybody. They not even the server, I believe. Like it's I don't know. So that's the first people I'm going to be purging.
Oh, you're not playing no games, okay?
Nope. I'm not playing no games.
I'm not mad at you. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like, it's one that I haven't figured out what's the solution. Like, for example, like I get a bunch of whitelists, right? And when I talk to a founder like you, that's like very, let's say, very focused on people actually being in his community, right? The first thing I say to them is, 100%. So I don't just do hosting. I'm number one and above all an investor and trader in the NFT and crypto space. Mm-hmm. Then I also do hosting. I'm also a collab manager, and there's other hats that I wear, right? So I make it clear to founders, especially the ones I vibe with, I'm like, listen, I'm not going to be in your community because I don't have the time to be in your community. But what I do is I do build your community from outside. Like, if I like you and I like what's going on in there, I'll go home, hang out every once in a while. But more than that, you're always on my mind when I'm like marketing and out here making collabs. And I'm like, hey, you need to hook up with this founder. Or maybe the founder comes to me. Like, I had a founder come to me that I was cool with, so that our devs can audit their smart contract, right? You get it. You're in the game. You have the cook group, right? Friends, right? Mm-hmm. It helps to be friends.
Yeah,
but
that's all about connections.
Yeah, that's not the point. The point is, I do get it, right? Like, most of those people are not me, and they're not in the thing. And when you give them, you need to be out there giving whitelists to other communities so that they know about your project, right? But once you give it to them, most of them are not that moving that much in the space, and they're just not going to go to your community after that. They're like, I already have the whitelist. Why am I going to go over there? I think tentatively, until I see a better solution, the solution is the AMA. Is like, bruh, I'm doing this, and it's for the people that were in the AMA that heard me, maybe even the ones that asked questions and things of that nature, just because it worked well for Antonym. And I think that when you talk to people about your project and they know about it, is the best shot of them wanting to participate. But it sounds like you got a cool server anyway, so anybody that goes in there is going to want to hang out, because it sounds like you guys have dope activities going on.
Oh yeah, we have even like I'm all about community and members, so I know a lot of people. They have families, kids. They don't have time, like you said. Yeah. So I even do like family events. For example, cook a squid, like a cake or a cookie or stuff like that, pancake, and then show me a picture with your kid, and then I will give you some squid inks for that. Like, everybody is a winner. Just do this kind of event with your family. Like, take time with your family. Don't grind the server like playing games and stuff like that. Just family events, and they get squid inks from that.
Nice. I like that. You're creating the family vibe. Good for you, and good for your community. Yeah. Some more community questions. So Raji asks, a track, is there a way to earn lives other than holding NFTs? How many lives do you get per tournament? There's a lot of questions in here, so if you need me to repeat it, feel free.
Yeah, okay. So about the lives, you get 3 lives when you start a tournament, and then you have to buy more.
And then you have to buy more.
Yep.
Next question is, these are all from Raji. Basically, the way to ensure the most lives is to hold more NFTs, question mark?
Yeah, actually, there's a system for that in the we talk about it in the white paper. Let me give you the link as well for that.
Where you can compound the lives of your other NFTs. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
I like that.
And then there's also, so like I said, it's 100 ACGT to enter the tournaments. But then if you hold multiple NFTs, there's a certain discount for that, which is not a lot. I don't want people to hold like half of my collection. But then the threshold is if you hold between 2 and 5 NFTs, you have 5% discount when you enter the tournament. Between 6 and 10, you have 10% discount, and 10 plus, you have 15% discount. And that's the maximum discount you can get when you enter the tournament.
Oh, that's for the purchase of the tokens, right? The discount.
Yep.
I like that. Another question from Raji. Roadmap states winner of mini games holds the ability to share winnings with other players.
Mm-hmm.
How does this mechanic work? Are these teams created amongst the NFT holders?
Okay, so basically, I told you there's 5 stages during the tournament. And on each stage, the people who won during the stage, they either can continue the games or stop the games and split the prize pool. So you didn't watch Squid Games, but it's basically kind of what they do in the Squid Game, except in the Squid Game, they just go home empty-handed. Here, they go home with the prize pool money split between each player who actually won. This stage.
That got to the stage.
Yep.
I like it. And I'm not sure if you touched on this. He says, are there teams created amongst the NFT holders?
No, there's no team, but so in the Squid Game, it's all about psychology. Should we continue the games or should we stop? So there's going to be a text channel where people will be able to chat between players, and I guess try to convince people to either stop the games or continue and split the prize. Because, like, for example, there's let's say there's 10 people remaining. The prize pool is like 30 grand. Should you continue and try to be the first winning the 30 grand, or should we just split the prize and get 3K each?
Dino Nuggy asks, over allocate, question mark?
Nope, that's why I'm pretty strict about the whitelist. And I can remove people, because the 1,000, so the whitelist is 1,000. We have a 1,000 collection, and the whitelist is 1,000. Mm-hmm. So those 1,000 are going to be people who actually are in the community. I notice them, and they win it, or they talk, and they're not just random people waiting to get whitelisted and then waiting, 3 weeks without talking.
All right, so you have a lot of nuggies already in your server. Is that a fair statement?
From what I can see, yeah.
All right, man. Can we show some love to the nuggies, man? When you see them, start showing them love and give them whitelists, especially if you feel we're adding value to your community. Listen, I'm gonna sell my community this whole AMA, just so you know. Don't take it personal. I'm sure you would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, Focaso asks, can we see a common?
A common, I don't hold the stuff. My artists have them, so I don't have it.
No worries.
But it's pretty much this, just switch up the art.
Is your server open or closed?
Closed.
Okay, if anyone's in the server that's attending the AMA, are any of your sneak peeks, do they have some of the commons, or are they all the legendaries?
They're all legendaries in the sneak peeks.
Okay. All right. So we'll get them another time, Nugs.
Yep.
Another question I had is, so About your roadmap, do you have a roadmap on the server, or is it just a white paper?
Yes, there's one on the website which is not really detailed, because we like my devs and my artists, they all about Kiss, if you know what that is.
Keep it stupid simple.
Yeah, pretty much. So like we wanted a simple website with not too much text on it. So that's why we made a white paper. And on the Discord, there's the roadmap with more detail, but it's pretty much the white paper.
Nice. Now, on your roadmap and our white paper, are you adding any other deliverables besides the tournament?
It's not written, but I told you before we plan to implement the whitelist marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
So loot boxes, like what more most people in the space are doing. So they will be able to get those loot boxes and those whitelists by purchasing with that token.
Yeah, I understand that there's other plans that you're looking for, and what you're doing is I'm pretty sure you're under promising so that you can over deliver. But what I wanted to make sure was, did you put any other deliverables that we didn't discuss on your white paper and or roadmap?
No, I think that's pretty much it. It's all about the tournaments. That's the biggest thing. And awesome. Also, what is big is, like I said, people are going to be able to play pretty much straight away. They're not going to have to wait like 6 months, like most NFTs. Like it's going to be ready. So that's why there's no like dates yet on the Discord. Like the mint is around mid-end April. But until I'm not like 100% sure everything is ready to be played, I'm not gonna push a mint date.
Okay, now what are you doing as far as metadata so I'm a squid holder, and I'm a part of the first 500 that got to enter the tournament. I play one game and I succeed to the next stage, right?
Yep.
Let me ask you this first. How many games per stage? Is it one?
You have an option to choose, so it's a vote between 3 games, but it's one, yeah.
Okay. So I make it to the second stage, but I decide I'm busy. I got to do something else. I can't play right now. So I'm just going to sell my NFT. How will someone on secondary know, well, this NFT, number one, is is one of the 500 in the tournament, and number two has already made it to the second stage, meaning someone else can now continue to play the tournament. They haven't been, let's say, I don't know the word, but they haven't been disqualified.
Right. So when you sell your NFT, you're disqualified from the tournament because it's not about the NFT, it's about your wallet address. So if we see that you don't have the NFT anymore, then you're out of the tournament.
Okay, so that's how you're solving that. Now, if you sell your NFT and you're out of the tournament, do you replace that person with someone else, or you just one less?
Yeah, one less. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Queen Bede asks, are there any that are actual squids?
No, like that's why I think it's better for you to look up the white paper and the lore. So basically, I'm going to read you this sentence. So the squids are a species consisting of 1,000 humans with altered DNA, and they love to play games. Each individual have an equal chance at winning the games. So, like, their altered DNA has, like, a strain of squids in it.
I didn't know there was a lore. I'm happy there's a lore.
There's a lore, yeah, which is pretty good.
Did you write the lore, or did you get someone to do it for you?
Okay, so we actually did a competition for the lore.
Get out the community?
Yep.
Dope. I like that.
And then I picked like the 3 best that I thought, and then there's a writer who made the lore who was in the community.
I like. Now, it sounds like you have space because you made it clear people gonna get themselves purged for not being active.
Yep.
Can we show some love and get a few of the nugs into the community?
An invite, you mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
If you can set it, how big can you set it for? 1,000? 1,100?
The invite?
Yeah.
Oh no, not 1,000. You wish. No, like 100. I can.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Right.
Uncle Frog, while you're doing that, Uncle Frog asks, would there be any concern? Let me leave a server because I'm not in and I got to get up. It got dropped super quick.
Yeah, and the server, I would say it's, I mean, right now it's not too small. Like we are 6,000 people.
Okay.
But it's pretty damn active. Like, there's around, like from what I saw in the Discord server stat, around 40% almost people are active every day, which is huge compared to most servers.
I like. Are you do you guys have like a really active VC?
Yeah, there's people all the time in the VC. Especially since we play games, like sometimes there's like 50 people in the VC all the time.
All right, I'm not gonna leave Just Cubes. Those is the homie, but now I'm multitasking over here, trying to figure out which server to leave. Yeah, I'm at 200. It sucks to not organize. Oh, Eden Horde.
Before it was 100 in Discord. Like now it's 200.
Yeah, I know people that have been in this space for a long time that tell me about it.
Yeah, that was a struggle. Like nowadays, 200, that's good, but 100, man, like that was hard. Like you were always searching, like which server should I delete?
Discord's got a lot of work to be done, undoubtedly. Things that they can do. Like I wish they could add like CRMs for people like us, like collab managers and people that just like these DMs are kind of our emails, right?
Yeah.
So that those got to be tracked and
that would be awesome. To be fair, like to have like some separate folders.
Yep.
That would be awesome, yeah. Because I'm getting so many DMs as well, and I'm like, what's the name of this guy again? So I can find his DM.
Yep.
I don't remember the guy's name. I'm like, fuck.
Yep. I know the feeling. I know a bunch of collab managers that are like losing their marbles because of just the amount of time that it takes them to even find the DM for the person they want to talk to. So and there's just other stuff that Discord could do, like just to be a doper. But I'm like bullish on Discord. I think Discord is probably like maybe other than Twitter and maybe IG, like one of the top social media platforms is the way I look at it, even though it's not social media.
Yeah, I'm pretty bullish on it because it has been around for gamers for a long time, and now that there's the sneaker reselling and now NFTs, they bring a lot of communities together. So I'm really bullish on it.
And people
just have to work on the security aspect of it. And some stuff like you said about messaging, and
that's going to be big business. You heard the people that bring the security to Discord and offer services to founders and all sorts of people to secure their servers. That's going to be big business.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's already a bunch of them. Like saying I can make your Discord like make it secure and stuff. Like the good thing for me is, because I've been in Discord for a long time, the whole server I made it myself. I know how secure it is. Like in order to enter the server, you have to put the CAPTCHA, and then you have to close your DMs. Like you can't enter the server if you don't close your DMs. Like this, you don't get scam link basically from the.
Oh, you're the first I've seen do that. I've seen a bunch of them suggested to me, and I never do it because I like my DMs open. Mm-hmm. But You're the first that I've seen that. That's dope. That'll save some people. It's gonna annoy me, but it'll save some people.
I mean, for people like us, who have to talk to a lot of people, it's not good. But for members that are just in the project, it's much better for them.
Yeah, the scamming is intense. I get it. Actually,
it's really intense. Like even on Twitter, every time I post a link, I mean, I don't post them often, but like a link to Discord, like invites, like 50, 100, like, I don't know, 5 seconds or 10 seconds later, it's gone, and then a scammer picks the link and redirects people to another scamming server.
Ew.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that really sucks. But now what I'm gonna do is just gonna delete the Twitter post each time it's over.
We got that'll help. We got another question from Uncle Frog here. He asked, would there be any concern with copyright issue?
No, so that's the thing. Like, we made the characters so it's not it's recognizable, but not too much. It's still our art. There's a certain percentage threshold to copyrights, and we don't enter that category.
Awesome. And the last question I see here from the community is, bear with me because I clicked away for a second. It's Mark at Muse. Who will be setting up the liquidity pool?
Why does he have this kind of question?
Okay. Let's do this. That is probably determined better at a later date. Let's do that.
Yeah, I mean, because the liquidity pool, that's something you can really,
Yeah. No, I know. You don't even need to qualify, and they know too.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
we're all good.
that's why I'm saying why you guys this kind of question.
You get all right. Me. So, is there anything about the Squids that you feel we either didn't touch on, or something that we did touch on about your project that you would like to elaborate on?
I think you touched pretty much on every aspect of it. So also on our Discord, you can actually get not only whitelist spots but OG spots. I mean, right now there's only like 30 left, so it's pretty much gone. Like we have 200 in total, and those spots they can be purchased with Squid Inks as well. And they will have value added to it later on. That's why I told people, it's actually better to get an OG spot if you're really bullish on the project, and myself, instead of a whitelist, because you can always, buy from the secondary market the whitelist, but the OG spots, when it's gone, it's gone. So that's something else that we have on the server.
I think either we broke your bot, or I broke your bot. I don't know. I know I clicked verify. I entered.
Oh.
I entered the thing, and
did you get
my DMs? It says you're verified. In my DMs, it says I'm verified, but in the server, it's like frozen. Like it hasn't verified me, and it just.
Do you see a channel at the top?
Close DM.
Yeah, click on it.
Oh, we gotta close the DM.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. That's
not
why
playing no games, huh?
I don't know.
I thought I was gonna get away with it.
And there's actually a bot who kicks people after 24 hours if they don't verify.
All right, wait. By clicking that, did that automatically lock it for me, or do I still have to lock it? I gotta lock it, right?
Yeah, actually, if you read the whole message, you have to go at the top of the server.
Okay.
And then you have to click on privacy settings.
And it shows me how to do it. Okay.
Yeah. And then remove the allow direct messages from server members. And then you can click on the lock. And it should work.
That's awesome. Yeah, listen, this is the first time I'm hearing about the project, but I like it. Again, the other project it's different in its own ways. I saw it as a success internet game, and I was like, there's probably going to be other projects that come along that do their way of providing value through gaming and play to earn and NFT utility. With the only reason why I mentioned them is because they launched their game right off the bat too. That's what's similar. And everyone that I know that I spoke to enjoyed it. So I'm confident people are going to enjoy your game. And listen, if there's anything that the Nifty Nugget community, our staff, our founders can do for the Squids, let us know. Especially any way that we can help, any of your efforts. Because what's important to me is that I like your project, and I'd love nothing more than for a considerable Nugget holder base in the Squid Games, with our own whatever channel or whatever you would grace us with. So feel free to jump in my DMs, Matt's, anyone, any of us that you've been dealing with, and anything that we can help, we'd love to.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I'm all about building connections. So if we can make some stuff together, like a channel or like some games, that would be awesome.
Yeah. You ever need a host to help you with AMAs? I can help you and show your people how to host, which will hopefully add value to your project later on when you start doing more alpha server type things.
For sure, yeah, that would be great. Like, we didn't host an AMA in the server yet, but later on, I guess we will have to anyway. So if you want to be the host,
I will.
You're welcome.
If you want me to, I will host your AMA and ask you the questions. Raji from the community asks, Track, if everything goes perfectly, where do you think the project will be 1, 3, 6 months after launch? More just want to hear about the ambition, not necessarily tangible project deliverables.
In terms of value, or?
I think he's like, so if I understand his question correctly, is he's like, I'm not asking you about deliverables. I just want to know, where do you see your project generally 1, 3, 6 months down the line?
To be fair, like right now, it's going extremely well, smoothly. Like, the only thing I had to step back is the Twitter. So we got suspended once on Twitter. So we had to make another Twitter. And then 5 days later, we got about 11K followers. Like, so many traction, so many likes, so many... it wasn't bots, that's the thing. And then we got suspended again. But fortunately, because now I know a lot of founders, I know a lot of people, I was able to get a hold of a team at Twitter, and they were able to unsuspend the first account. So that was the first issue, which is now resolved, and now it's going well. So in like 1 month, 2 months, I hope there will be at least 2 or 3 times more games in the tournaments.
Did they give a reason why they suspended you?
Yeah, that's the thing. Twitter never gave a reason to you. Like, one thing I think might be the reason is we got attacked by scammers. So, like, scammers attack some accounts in order to disable them, and then they can make another account or like a Twitter, a Discord, and say, that's the official Discord. Because since there's no Twitter to say like that's not the real Discord stuff, people will believe it's the real one. So that's something that I think happened for the first one. Or another reason might be that I actually linked my phone number to my personal Twitter and the Twitter account from the project. That could be another reason, but I don't think that's the reason. And then for the second account, the reason I'm thinking is because we literally grew too much in 5 days, and they thought we were like botting or something. Yeah. Because, like literally right after I got suspended, it was actually a pretty shitty day, to be honest. So I talked to my community. They were like, yo, the account got suspended, blah, blah, blah. And like, what do you mean got suspended? Like, it was still working for me on my phone. And then I refreshed the page and it says, account disable. I'm like, no, are you kidding me? because like Twitter, that's the big thing in the NFT space. If you don't have Twitter, it's really hard. So like they were like talking to me saying it's gonna be alright, don't worry, like the community is gonna push like I don't know, make a Twitter hashtag free the squids. So they did like a free the squids hashtag. And then they advised me to just make another Twitter in the meantime. So I listened to them. I made another Twitter, and it went well. And then it got suspended again, and I had no other choice but to reach Twitter, like some people from Twitter, and suspend me. And like this team, like they actually don't unsuspend all the accounts. They only do it to certain people if they feel like it's a good project, or like they really don't do it to anybody. So I got lucky because like it's a team of 4 people, and not 5. And one of them, he didn't want to do it at first. I'm like, come on, like try to convince this guy, because if I don't have the Twitter, I just have my community in Discord, but I don't have a voice outside of the community, especially if it's closed. But yeah, I was able to like the guy said yes at the end, and we got suspended like right away, like right after.
Nice. I kind of interrupted you there, and apologies. So where do you see the project in the long 6 months, a year down the line? Sure you don't want to like give people. I know you don't want to overpromise, right? But
yeah, I don't want to. But to be fair, like right now, I'm just trying to disrupt the whole NFT space and the gaming, because like I said, most NFT projects they just overpromise and they don't deliver. Me, I just underpromise, I guess, and overdeliver. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the games, that's something most people, I guess, I mean, at least for me, I never seen that before. So I'm trying to be the first, and then if I'm the first, trying to push it to the max with a lot of games, more people enjoying it, and then loot boxes, like I said, a bunch of other ideas. If the community have other ideas about the project, then I'm all ears, and hopefully, be one of the top in the space. But like I told, I don't want to overpromise. As long as my community is making money with me, it's fine for me.
It sounds like you like to be innovative, and will continue to do things going forward.
Yep.
And add to your roadmap and the way you add value. If you put a time frame on how long you can see yourself building out the project, what does that time frame look like? A year? Does it go further than that? Like, give me a glimpse.
To build like everything I'm thinking.
Yeah. Like like.
Well, to be fair, if it working great. I mean, I'm already full time, but I'm gonna be twice full time. It's working perfectly. Like I'm already like sometimes I'm working 18 hours a day behind the computer.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah. It's it's not easy, but as long as people like what I do and my community is supporting me, that's how I guess I get my stress relieved each day. But yeah. My whole project as a whole, I guess, there's no time frame because I'm always going to be adding to it. But in terms of, I don't know, like whitelist, loot boxes, maybe in the future, why not merch or, I don't know, like, to be honest, everything is possible, but it can be like few months because like I said, the NFT space is quick. So if I can do like a lot of stuff in, I don't know, 3 months, that would be great. There's one guy saying he had the same about Twitter, which is kind of, it's so frustrating because I heard other people having that. For example, gummies, it's like real project with roadmaps who grew organically that got suspended on Twitter. And the accounts who have, more than 100K followers with like 50% bots, they stay on Twitter. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy to me.
Yeah, Twitter is one of those Web 2 things that Web 3 is specifically trying to solve, the centralization of it and the way do things like that unilaterally.
Yeah, I talked about it. Like, hopefully, there's someone who's going to come up with a decentralized Twitter.
Yeah, because it's a lot, and they do have way too much power, and they do have way too much control over the people. Yeah. And I'm a person that's not like pro regulations. I'm a little bit more of an anarchist than I am someone that's into regulation. And at the same time, when I think of Twitter, I do feel like like Twitter, Facebook, all it, like you guys are a utility. Like you at this point, like you guys are not even, you're a utility. Like humans at this point need you in essence to survive in this system.
Oh yeah.
Theoretically, we don't need you to survive, but in this system, yes, we need you to survive.
Since most of the stuff is now digitalized, we need like a way of communicating, And Twitter is like the biggest one in the NFT space. So if you don't have a voice on Twitter, it's really hard. I guess like the plan, if I wasn't able to get the Twitter back, I was gonna hop in Instagram, which I really didn't want to, but that's what I was going to do because I don't have a choice.
I don't blame you. I've noticed that there hasn't been like a lot of. I mean, I've recently been hearing that it's been changing, but for the most part, I notice I haven't seen a lot of traction from the NFT space in Instagram. I wonder if that's going to change. When I look at it, I don't see either way. I don't see that it will change. I don't see that it won't. No, not true. Actually, I see like it probably won't. Like maybe Instagram's not the space for that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess to be fair, besides Twitter, there's no much. It's like OpenSeas. It takes the whole market.
Yep.
Of course, there's IMX. There's a rare, other markets, but OpenSeas take 95% of it. Same for Twitter. It takes more than 90% of all the NFT space. Even though you can promote on Instagram, I actually seen a bunch of stuff on Instagram, like NFT promoters and groups. But it's different, it's not the same feeling as Twitter. Like, you don't post links or descriptions or small tweets. Instagram's all about only images. You don't really talk on it.
Here's an idea that you're probably aware of, but just in case you weren't. The loot boxes with NFTs in them, the space is going crazy over those.
Yep.
So like later on when you do that, like you get some loot boxes with NFTs, forget it. People are like losing their minds over it.
Yeah, I really like the idea, because I don't know if you played Overwatch.
I have not, but I'm familiar with the game.
Yeah, so that's I wouldn't say that's where the idea of loot boxes come, but it's really similar to it, and I like the idea of doing a loot box, or even CSGO, they have a loot boxes as well, like hoping for the best to get like a legendary in the loot box or some shitty stuff. That's something that I really like.
Gundy, we didn't touch on, just to cap things off, because I think we touched on a lot. I think that we made sure to shine an adequate light, well-deserved, on the Squid Games and what you've built over there. We didn't touch on when you plan on launching and or mint price.
The launch, I talked about it. It's gonna be mid-April, in April, like around that time. But as long as I'm not sure myself that the games can be played, like everything is working smoothly, I'm not gonna push it. I want to make sure it's working before even minting. That's the goal is mid-April and April maximum. And then the price, I didn't talk about it neither, but it's going to be between 0.1 and 0.2 per NFT.
All right, that sounds like for the size of the collection, like it's in the fair range. I wish you prosperity and fortune, and that you launch in a market that's not brutal.
Yeah. But the good thing is, even though I launched in the bear market, I didn't really care, to be fair, because for me, my project, it's not about the art itself, it's about the utility, which most people, they never seen that before. I mean, exactly like that. And the collection is only 1K, so it's not about selling out to me. It's about after what comes after that.
I'm curious. What would you do? Let's say you have one. You're not gonna over allocate whitelist, so you have 1,000 whitelists filled. Once you have 1,000 whitelists filled, let's say only for whatever reason, I haven't really heard of this happening, but let's say it happened. Only 950 mint. What would you do with the 50 left over?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking. So the plan, I actually thought about that. It was either to do a public mint, which I don't like because, it's going to be bought by people from the sneaker industry. Your
homies are just waiting.
My homies are going to take it over, right? So yeah, that was the first option. The second one I thought was to just do a second whitelist, from the remaining spots. So that could be an option, but that's not the one I like the most. The one that I like the most is actually making a vault, and we're gonna keep the NFTs inside that vault, and do the same system that we're doing on Discord. So like keep the Squiddings system, and then every week or so, the person who has the most Squiddings, he's gonna be able to mint that NFT.
The person that has the most Squid Inks will be. Yeah, I like all of them. I wouldn't even be mad if you did a Dutch auction for 50.
Yeah, and with that idea, as long as I have some NFTs left, like the community is always going to be there. They're not going to go anywhere because they know that they can mint whitelist spots for the price of the smallest price, I guess. Because let's say I don't know. Hopefully the collection is more than, I don't know, between 1 and 5 ETH. Then they're gonna be able to mint for 10 times less the price. So people are gonna love the idea of just keeping the Squiddings and playing games, movies, and stuff.
Yeah, as long as you keep building value until you announce the launch of the bigger collection. It sounds like it's just going to pay to hold. So
exactly,
it's going to be an interesting market to see. I'm looking forward to what the Squids builds. I think that we touched on everything, and if there's like any last thoughts that you would like to leave us with, the stage is yours.
Well, first of all, thank you for hosting me. Thank you for all the questions. That was great questions. And then I guess I'll see you most of the Nuggets over there because I sent the 100 invites. So I'm guessing I'm gonna be seeing most of y'all in my server. And if you can't enter, actually, you need to, like I told before, you need to close your DMs. So like go on top, close the DMs of the server, and then you see a channel to close the DMs, and you'll be able to enter the server.
I added you to my create a ticket in the server strategy every day. I'll be creating a ticket every day and tag you in it, telling you to whitelist as many nugs as possible.
Well, they need to interact in the server to get that. I can actually, that would be nice, and I'm gonna allocate 10 winners of 5 Squiddings.
10 winners.
And you need 12 to get whitelisted.
Oh, okay. So you're giving 5 to
start off, people. The boost, I guess.
Yeah.
But then you need to interact a bit more in the server to get it.
No. It sounds dope. Just 20 is always better than 10, but.
There's like how many people are watching? 50.
50. Yeah. Right. 50 is better than 20.
50 is better than 20, right? Each one of them are getting it. 15, all right. Let's do 15.
15. Okay.
Yeah, 15 winners of 5 Squid Inks each.
Okay. We'll talk. I like what you've done. You've been gracious here with us, and we appreciate you stopping by. We'll continue sending nugs your way, man. I hope your dope community be doper, be nugget dope.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, Nugs. Thanks for attending another awesome AMA here. And we bid our homies, the Squids, adieu.
If you like this AMA, reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get access to our future AMAs. You can also follow us on Twitter @NuggetsNifty. And make sure to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We'll see you all next time.